Hey guys, HDvee here. Now, if you haven't heard by now, two new Pokemon games known as Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon have just been announced, which are follow-on games from Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is not the first time Pokemon has had a major release followed by an improved version later on. Pokemon Red and Blue was updated to Pokemon Yellow, not to mention that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl ended up as Pokemon Platinum. Of course, with a more improved version, there are sometimes extra features added to the games to make them more exciting and to hopefully increase sales. With that being said, today's video takes a look at 5 new features for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon that I'd love to see. Don't hesitate to drop a comment down below about the video and if you found it interesting or not. Don't forget to leave a like on this video too to show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out a new video very shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date, and follow my Twitter to hear updates about the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. Starting things off and claiming the number 5 spot in today's top 5 video is Move Tutors. Now, whilst I love the games Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, a big issue in the games for me were the lack of move tutors. The only moves that are available in the Generation 7 games are Grass, Water and Fire Pledge, Volt Tackle, Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn and Hydro Cannon, Secret Sword and Relic Song, Draco Meteor and Dragon Ascent. All of these moves are pretty unique and don't really help out your average Pokemon. Now, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it was a completely different story. The move tutors was one of the things that made Auras amazing for the competitive scene. Pokemon like Greninja got a wider move pool, making it so much more versatile. I'd love to see something like this return in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to allow loads of new sets to be run on the new Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Moves that should be there are the Elemental Punches, Drain Punch, Gunk Shot, Giga Drain, Knockoff, Drill Run, Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Aqua Tail, Dragon Pulse, Seed Bomb, Hyper Voice, Heat Wave, Focus Punch, Stealth Rock and Tailwind are a good set of examples. Seeing as there were so many moves you could learn in Auras, it would be a pretty nice treat to see it happen in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Coming in at the number 4 spot is the addition of brand new Pokemon in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, whilst this may not technically be a feature, it's still something that I would love to see in the new games. In the new trailer for the 2 new Pokemon games, it was stated that there would be never before seen Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon. However, they may just be referring to the legendary Pokemon Solgaleo and Lunala fused with Necrozma that we saw in the new trailer. Hopefully this isn't the case though, because a bunch of brand new Pokemon for the new Pokemon games would be pretty awesome to see, and it's something that I would love to see happen. Maybe even new Alolan forms or legendary Pokemon could make an appearance. Needless to say, new Pokemon for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon would definitely be amazing, and so takes the number 4 spot in today's top 5 video. Coming in at the halfway point in today's top 5 video is going deeper into Ultra Space. Pokemon Sun and Moon's story reaches its climax inside Ultra Space, an ethereal dimension that the game's Ultra Beasts call home. Our time inside Ultra Space, however, is painfully brief and is predominantly an extended cutscene featuring an epic encounter with UBO1 Nihilego and Lusamine, and a weird hybrid of the two. Alternate realms and creatures from variable time-space dimensions are a regular theme in the Pokemon series, but we haven't truly explored one since the Distortion world in Pokemon Platinum. It would be odd if Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon didn't follow Platinum's lead and expand on its predecessors with a full excursion into the unknown. Whether or not there are links between the dimensions, it would certainly make sense if the rumoured remakes of Diamond and Pearl are indeed on the horizon, which have a lot of evidence to suggest that they definitely are. Claiming the number 2 spot in today's video is returning to Kanto in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, I can't be alone in feeling a little miffed at Lily's heavy tease at the end of Pokemon Sun and Moon. After a long journey around Alola with the player character and having engaged in her fair share of family drama, Professor Kukui's assistant embarks for Kanto, the iconic setting for Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow, and home to Ash Ketchum in the anime series. Kanto is name-checked on multiple occasions throughout Sun and Moon. Dragon-type Master Lance and PC Box creator Bill are both mentioned. Professor Oak's cousin shows up, and Generation 1 champions Red and Blue show up in person when you reach the battle tower. But much to the pain of our nostalgic hearts, it never follows through on taking players back to the promised land. As well as all of the huge references to the first generation games throughout Pokémon Sun and Moon, there were also multiple questions left unanswered in Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon that all lead to Kanto, such as what happens to Lily and Lusamine after the latter's Ultra Beast splicing encounter. Does Bill have a cure? Surely these new games would let us find out for ourselves. Coming in at the number 1 spot for today's video is the ability to walk with your Pokémon in Pokémon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Shortly after launch, internet detectives quickly found that there are plenty of redundant files nestled deep inside Pokémon Sun and Moon's code. A discovery by hacker Keizowa, however, has led to speculation that the pair originally included a feature players have pined for since Generation 2, walking with your Pokémon. However, the good news though is that running, walking and resting animations were uncovered for every Pokémon in the game, alongside low poly versions of each creature that would fit the overworld design rather than the highly detailed battle sequences. This led many to conclude that a buddy Pokémon mechanic where Pokémon jog alongside your player avatar was in the works, but was left on the cutting floor. I think this would be an amazing feature to be included in Pokémon Ultra Sun and Pokémon Ultra Moon, and with some pretty decent evidence to back it up, it could definitely be a possibility. But with that wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, I would also love to hear your guys' opinions too on this subject, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time, and also subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.